Lost on Lost Season 2, baby!
Hell yeah!
We've watched Seasons 1, 2, and 3 of Lost, and we've learned a lot.
Did we?
And we've learned to love Jack, Kate, Sawyer, Boone, and Claire.
Did we?
But now it's time for Seasons 4, 5, and 6.
That's right, we're still going to talk about the mysteries and mythologies of the island.
And obviously hot tropical hookups.
But now we're going to talk about things like the freighter,
The Others,
Charles Widmore,
The Lighthouse,
time travel,
9/11,
Ronald Reagan,
the Catholic Church,
Titus,
Gold Chains,
the military-industrial complex,
the Prison Industrial Complex,
the Void,
The Orb,
and so much more.
So strap on and strap down, because if you thought last season was confusing,
This is going to be so much worse. Or better if you like being lost on Lost. Strap on?
you heard me. Welcome, everybody, to Lost on Lost. My name is Adam Bushwood, and I'm joined, as always, by JP Russell.
When my computer decides to work.
Yes. When we can make technology be on our side.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you real quick that I got a new computer today myself, too.
Wow.
Yeah, and so now I've been making this joke to you a bunch since I've been waiting for the computer to be shipped to me, that I'm now in my elite pro gamer era. And so now, because of that, I've adopted a whole new personality that is attached to that.
Right.
So I had to tell you that to say that I'm only going to refer to you as Chat from now on. And that all of the jokes that I have in this episode are subscription based. So if you want for
sure.
each joke that I have, you have to Venmo me 99 cents and then I'll do it.
Okay, yeah. Did you have to change the locks in your house to keep all the women out?
We have a guest.
Oh, we do. Hopefully it's not one of them hot ladies.
It's not a woman.
Oh.
It's not a woman.
Welcome to the show. First time guest, long time listener, Alex Tuchi, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. Both of those things are technically true. The first, I've listened to the Mark episodes. Shout out Mark.
Mad Dog.
Mad
Man,
Dog.
no.
I don't even know how he is. We only used to communicate over Instagram, but I stopped using Instagram because it was giving me a lot of anxiety, and I
Sure.
have no idea how he is. So, Mark, if you're listening, don't text me on Instagram, man.
I'm not going to answer you. If you're DMing me, you're DMing into the abyss.
To the void. That was 2023, dog.
Alex, what is your relationship with the television show Lost? Your basis of knowledge or lack thereof?
I got a degree in film and television, so I've seen Lost.
So did I, and I'll be happy to help the next customer in line.
Yeah, I mean, I think Damon Lindelof is probably one of the greatest minds that we have devoted to television, and it's so wild how often he hits and how often he doesn't hit. And Lost is squarely in the middle for me. I'm gonna be honest. I saw most of this in college when I wasn't fully there. I wasn't 100% cogent, I would say.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, as I was telling Adam before the show, sometimes I'd be like, wow, that was a really great plot twist. I loved the season 1 finale. I think it really informed the way that I look at drama, but sometimes I was just like, I just want to hear Jin speak Korean and drift off and fall asleep, And that was nice. So
Yeah.
I'm ready to strap in. Actually, I think my greatest piece of trivia about Lost is I've seen every single episode of Lost except for the end part 2.
Oh, shit. Okay, so you've seen half of the finale.
Oh, wow.
Well, I've seen like half of that episode, and then it was like 2 a.m, and it was like something crazy happening in the ocean or something, and I was like, I'm bored. I'm gonna go to sleep, and then I never picked it up again.
Wow.
I love that.
You got that far.
Yeah,
That's
I
amazing.
really
Holy
committed
smokes.
for 99% of it.
What did you hear fallout, like people saying that they didn't like the ending, and you were like, I don't want to ruin this for myself? Or were you truly like, I cannot do 60 more minutes of this show?
I mean, I knew before I started it that people didn't, and I mean, I know the ending, right?
Sure,
I exist in the world with social media. I used to, not anymore, Mark. This is the only way we can communicate with each other now.
Listen, I was going to make a bunch of Stanley Tucci jokes. What if we just drag Mark for the next hour?
This podcast is for one person. If you're not Mad Dog Mark, turn it off. Stop.
Unplug. Go outside. Not for you.
No, yeah,
Jesus.
it wasn't because I thought the finale was going to be bad or I didn't want to ruin it for myself. I genuinely just like in that moment lost all interest in the show.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
And then I
love
think I
that.
started The Leftovers, and The Leftovers is like top 3 television shows of all time, and it's not 3.
Okay.
It might be 2.
I mean, I've gotten to the last season of shows and not followed through. So I feel like that's just the next step, like getting to the finale and being like, I already got it.
Yeah.
But because I mean, like, what finale's been incredibly satisfying? I can think of a few, but for the most part, I'm like,
It's hard to do a really good finale.
Yeah.
You said you have a degree in film and television. What you're in the industry?
I am in the industry.
What do you do?
What a great softball question, lobbing it right up for me. I used to be an office PA on season 2 of a CBS show, and now I'm the researcher for that CBS show.
And
Nice.
JP and I had this question earlier. He asked me and I couldn't answer it. What does a researcher do?
Oh, a lot.
A lot of Googling.
A lot of Googling. Like, I really am. Like, the last line of defense between middle America and the truth is, like, me and Google and, like, the people that I can find through Google who will respond to me over email.
Gotcha.
Quora.
Yeah. No, I can't legally say that I use Quora for this show. If Jason,
Okay.
like our showrunner, is obviously listening right
Yeah,
now.
I hope so.
Right, yeah.
If our showrunner is listening, I've never used Quora
Not
for
once.
this
I
show.
would
Not
never-
even one
Hell
time.
no.
I wouldn't even joke about it.
No. No, I look at a lot of pictures of dead bodies.
Sure.
That's the main part
Sure.
of the job
Yeah.
because writers don't want to look at that.
And we work on a police procedural,
Yes, it's not like we're working on like Always Sunny.
right, or happy endings or something like that.
Yeah.
They're like, why are the dead bodies just end up falling out?
Yeah.
You know, we always write them in the first draft and then they're just like gone
Yeah.
by the time we shoot. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
I don't know what happens. It's crazy.
Awesome. Well, there you go. So bona fides established. Alex works in the television industry and saw 99% of Lost.
Love it.
He's more qualified to be on this show than JP.
Oh, yeah. I work in corporate video and have seen some of this show. Are we ready to talk about Lost?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, well, today I am very excited. We're talking about Everybody Loves Hugo, the 12th episode of season 6 and the 115th episode of Lost overall. Our centric character is, let me check my notes. Oh, shit, yeah. I don't remember who the centric character of Everybody Loves Hugo is. We'll get to that. It takes place on the 10th day after the crash of Ajira 316.
Yep.
Which makes no sense.
Sure
This
it
might
does.
be the most lost I've ever been in an episode. This episode originally aired on April 13th, 2010. It was written by Kitsis and Horowitz and was directed by Daniel Addis. Daniel's only directed 2 episodes of Lost, this and Numbers from season 1. This guy has directed 1 episode of every show you can think of, including True Detective season 2.
He's done a shitload of It's Always Sunny.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Adam,
Uh-huh.
do you have a recap?
Uh-huh.
Do it.
Well, if it isn't my old nemesis, Gravity. On the island, that thing cannot escape. Richard Alpert and Ilana Verdansky follow the John Locke school of stopping vehicles, while Jack, Hugo's son, Frank, and Miles just sort of hang out.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, Sawyer and Kate, and if you look closely, Claire, do nothing. Pardon me, they wait.
Oh.
With Flock and Dark Saeed, a stick is sharpened, and only Flock's group gets background actors. And in the parallel sideways alternate
Ugh.
times,
Yeah.
Hugo is stacking W's and acquires a sweet T-Rex trophy from Dr. Chang, but Mama Reyes hits him with the, have you tried acquiring some bitches? A long time ago, JP said we'd never have to see Libby again, and I had to bite my tongue. Our grippy sock sailboat namesake is back, and she loves Hugo. You know why? Because everybody loves Hugo here on Lost on Lost.
Wow. Wow.
Listen, I'm just saying, whoever runs these streaming services, if you're looking for better recaps for like the thumbnail of these episodes, Adam's putting in some fucking hours over here.
Here's the thing. This episode, well, I'll get into depth at the end of it, but I personally think it's very good. So we've had this in the past where we have episodes that are very good. We have a hard time making fun of them.
Yeah.
I did not have that problem. I have a lot of thoughts about this episode.
Perfect.
I'm standing further away from my microphone than normal because I'm just going to be screaming for the next 90 minutes about how goddamn confused I am. Now we're in the thick of it, baby.
Yeah. Episode 12 of season 6. So about 6.
We're staring down the barrel of the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We open with a voiceover. A voice we're all familiar with, right, Alex?
A one-armed voice.
Just extolling the virtues of our boy Hurley. He had to come up, he started from whatever, got rich, got famous.
Loves chicken.
Turned that love of chicken into philanthropy.
They really got some miles out of that chicken costume, Mr. Cluck's. Like,
it's so great. I mean, within 2 minutes of the episode, you have, and this goes, I have a thesis about this episode. I'm going to put my film and TV degree to work.
Excellent.
Within the first 2 minutes, you've got his chicken restaurant outside of the Eiffel Tower.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's the Great Wall of China.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
the
pyramids of Giza.
Yep.
Just all have his chicken. And this goes to my thesis of the episode, which in the course of Lost, if you watch it in order, it's a really riveting drama that has elements of magical realism, but really speaks to the human condition, which I think Damon Lindelof is good at.
Sure.
If you watch one episode out of order after watching the initial run 5 years ago, stoned out of your mind, it's an avant-garde sitcom. The laugh track's just like gone. And if you watch any, I feel like maybe this, because Everybody Loves Hugo was trying to be a little bit more lighthearted. Maybe this, they played a little bit more for laughs, but I think there were just moments, that whole first scene, we'll get into it when we get into it. His mom yelling at him, that was just missing a laugh track. Alana putting down the bag of dynamite and fucking exploding. Absolutely hilarious. The fact that John Locke gets run over by a car and is bleeding on the ground, and then we cut away from that. Hilarious. This is genius. I think it's great. I think it would be a great sitcom. Give me 2 hours and a soundboard, I will make a sitcom for you.
You just said what I'm going to do for social media posts for this episode. Add the laugh track back in. Thank you.
Oh, God. Yeah. So this opening scene, this takes place in the Flash Sideways time. This is our first exposure to the Flash Sideways timeline here on Lost on Lost. We have not done an episode confused. That has... We have done one other season 6 episode, and it did not feature the Flash Sideways. Flash Sideways was a convention that was introduced in season 6, and it was a big mystery up until the end what it actually was. But this is where this takes place. It's not a flashback, it's a Flash Sideways. It's presented as sort of at the beginning of season 6 what life would have been like had 815 not crashed.
Right.
That's kind of how the premise is presented at the beginning of the season.
They entered their Spider-Verse era.
Exactly. The multiverse.
Yeah.
So, but the more things are different though, the more they're the same. Hurley still can't get chicks, and Mom is roasting him for it.
So funny.
She's hilarious. Like in every episode she's been in, she's awesome. She's just so funny.
In the Everybody Hates Hugo, it's like she's roasting him for like not being enough, and now he's literally a world-renowned, recognizable philanthropist, like Bezos level, fucking dude. And she's like, "Why aren't you getting bitches?" Yeah. Exactly like Adam said.
It's so fun. He's like, "Hey, do you want to get another trophy with me at a fancy dinner tomorrow?" And she says, why don't you pull though?
Yeah.
Why have you not been able to pull though? My son.
Rizz level 0. Did you hear what the next event that he had to go to was?
No.
What was it?
He said he was getting an award from the Human Fund, which is from Seinfeld.
Wait, what?
The Human Fund. Money for people.
Money for people. So good.
What is that?
The Human Fund from George tries to get out of giving out Christmas presents at the office by saying he donated money to the Human Fund on people's behalves, and he just didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
It's a very good episode. It's very good.
Okay.
He's really going to accept a trophy from the Human Fund?
Yeah.
That's so good. This show is so unserious. Like, it has incredibly serious... Like, he's... in the next scene, he's staring at Libby's grave. Mm-hmm. But right before
that, right before that, there's a Seinfeld reference, and his mother telling him, dude, no play?
None. 0.
So yeah, in the next scene, he's at Libby's grave, and I was preparing all these jokes about Grave, played ably by Cynthia Watros, who starred on Titus for 3 seasons.
Yeah.
But then she's actually in the episode.
Yeah. But yeah, so Libby's grave, he's talking to Libby's grave. This is the present. We cut to the present. 2007-ish. He puts a flower on her grave. He's done this a couple of times after she died. He would come to her grave and talk to her. He describes to her, he's like, hey, I'm like Haley Joel Osment. I see dead people, like, but why don't you ever stop by? Like, it'd be nice to see, like, the one dead person I actually care about.
Right.
Fucking Charlie all the goddamn time.
And let me tell you, overstaying is welcome.
But he gets interrupted by Alana. Alana's like, hey, when I leave, we're leaving, whatever. Like,
yeah, who is this body bag? Like, what? Who is this man's? I've never seen this human before in my life.
She was on Ajira. We have seen her.
Have we?
Yep. She is Saeed's Mars. She was traveling. She was in the seat next to Saeed on a 316.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was uninterested enough to remember who she was then, and it's still the same today.
Exactly. But yeah, she's going to Black Rock. The Black Rock's where the dynamite's at, or the olives, or whatever.
Everybody knows it.
Everybody knows it. So she's like, that's where I'm going. So, hurry up or whatever. The Hurley hears the whispers, which is another thing in Lost that is like, ooh, one of these big mysteries. Like,
right.
What are the whispers? It's like they've been in every season, and all the time. It's always like, what are these whispers? And then the whispers happen, and then Michael appears. Michael.
And for once, he's not calling for his lost son, Walt.
Walt!
He's here to stop Hugo from getting everybody killed.
Right.
Sure. We hit the lost card and we come back to the same instance. This is pretty bothersome for Hurley because Michael was the one who killed Libby.
Right.
And I don't know if Hurley has seen Michael since he left.
Yeah, this is our first time seeing Michael as a ghost, which, spoiler alert, I guess Michael dies.
He was pretty chill about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's a weird teaser out to me because he's talking to Libby and he's like, I miss you. When can I see you again? Like, there's kind of this undertone, especially juxtaposed against the first scene, that he's not pulling. He's not doing great.
Right.
And then a beautiful woman walks up to him and is like, hey, I'm here to protect you. Let me know whatever you need. We're going to go fucking blow up this plane.
Yeah.
And Hurley's kind of like, whatever, get out of here. I don't care. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then immediately after that, we reintroduce Michael with this dire message. And then it's kind of just like, all right, we're going to do this wild graphic from the 2000s.
Yeah.
Absolute whiplash.
Yeah.
Because I was really into the teaser. And then I saw that and I was like, oh, wait, this is dumb.
Then our favorite new sideline character, Dr. Jack Shepard, comes up and is like, hey, who you talk to? Nobody? All right, let's get going. Like, he's been so reined in, and it's jarring because we've only seen Jack as, I'm gonna fucking kill her, fuck whoever I see. And like, now he's so calm and just along for the ride,
I think it's the haircut. Now that his hair's different and he's shaved, like he's been reined. Yeah, exactly. He's been reined in.
I don't know. Somebody got a note. Some executive producer or an actor or somebody was like, he has no chill. Jack has absolutely zero chill. So it was important to Jack to be like, you know what? I don't care what you do this season. Just make me cool as fuck.
Right.
I want to be sick.
Yeah, exactly.
You better fucking make me sick.
Flash sideways. Hurley.
God damn it.
Hurley got set up on a blind date with Rosalita, which is, goddamn, that's just a sexy name.
Yeah.
It's from a Bruce Springsteen song.
Here's the thing. Like, okay, so, the whole, like, a lot of what we dealt with in season 1 and 2 with Hurley was a lot of like fat phobia, right?
Yeah.
So Hurley is self-conscious about the fact that he's overweight, and other people take jabs about him being overweight, yada yada. Okay, and we kind of get over that. But like, he is not a like conventionally ugly man by any means, right?
Right, yeah.
Like, he's getting stood up. I'm sorry, but this does go a long way, right? He's a billionaire. Just saying. Yeah. I'll go on a date with him.
Like, yeah, he probably isn't getting dates with like women that he is actually attracted to or actually wants to hang on, but he should be beating off gold diggers with a stick. Like,
yeah. And maybe he is. I mean,
yeah, maybe he is. Yeah. But I feel like if that was the case, Mama would be like, "How come you never marry any of the women that come at?" Like,
that's true.
But she's like, "You get no bitches."
If she goes, so I'm taking this into my own hands.
Yeah.
You know who everybody wants to date? Their mom's neighbor's daughter.
Right.
Yeah.
Just somebody that you know.
Yeah, Rosalita.
Rosalita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stood up. This bullshit. But Libby walks up.
Libby! I was actually really excited to see Libby, dude.
Dude, I love Cynthia Watros. Like, she's fun. I've only ever seen her in a couple of things, but yeah, she's awesome in Titus. She's great in this. Like, she's fun. Just whatever. I like her.
Yeah.
I have a crush on her. He thinks she's Rosalita.
Right.
I was like, okay, yeah.
Very open-minded of you.
Yeah, exactly. Not judging a book by its cover, because that was the first thing I thought. I was like, oh yeah, just another one of those blonde Rosalitas.
Hey, it could happen.
But yeah, she's like, I saw you from across the way, and I remember you. Do you remember me? And he's like, I don't think so. And she grabs his hand, and they get really intense, really close, and you can tell he's feeling it. Like, regardless if he remembers or not, he's obviously crushing.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him. But then Dr. Brooks, fucking read the room, bro. Like,
Fucking cock block, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Unreal.
But yeah, so he pulls Libby away, be like, oh, sorry, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She's not well. Like, we got to get you out of here. And pulls her into the van where they've taken everyone from, like, the mental hospital to have Taco Tuesday. And I'm like, say what the fuck you want about the healthcare system. Somebody's out here doing it right. Like, dude,
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Most times they can't even get, like, medication. This place is so flush, they're like, yeah, let's go on a field trip to go get tacos. That's fucking amazing.
I mean, like, that's another sitcom moment right there. Like, that's a, redacted Seinfeld plot where, like, Jerry's like, I really like this girl. I think there's something special. That's an Arrested Development.
Yeah.
That's a whole arc in Arrested
Yeah,
Development.
that's a Charlize Theron's whole bit in the Arrested Development.
Mr. F. It's wow. They were really blazing trails before they even knew.
But yeah, so they discover that Libby's living at Santa Rosa, which is a thing we remember from real timeline, not so the parallels or whatever.
Right.
Got set up on I guess that makes sense. Blind date in the middle of the day. Like, that weirded me out, because, like, we were in the restaurant, it was dark, come outside, and it was like 3 p.m.
That was a little odd. But like his mom set up the date. So obviously it's like they're going to have a really nice hour.
A nice lunch.
Yeah.
A nice little lunch date,
No physical contact. He's going to call her again in a week.
Yeah.
And that's going to be great.
And they're going to meet at City Hall and get married.
Yeah, of course. And that's exactly what my son is looking for. He's never felt the touch of a woman. We got to ease him in slowly.
Exactly.
I cannot emphasize enough how few bitches my son gets.
Cut back to the island.
Yep.
Alana's got some real nitroglycerin-y looking fucking dynamite, which literally all I could think of was, wow, we're just slamming it around in a bag now like nobody gives a shit. Remember what happened to fucking Arts? And mid-monologue, she blows up.
I looked down from the screen to write, Alana is being very cavalier with the shitty dynamite, and then I heard the explosion.
So many people have died abruptly on this show, and like I had no emotional investment in her because like I don't know who this character is. This is a very like Boone situation.
Yeah.
Where like, oh, the second time I've ever seen her is the episode she dies in. But again, exactly like you said, like it's almost played for laughs.
Yeah. Right. Like, if you're a fan and you've seen this show, like, you almost see it coming.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's absolutely hilarious because all of the moments leading up to that are, in a subtle way, playing for the dynamite to blow up.
Right.
Because they're talking about, like, oh, it's so dangerous. Are we going to do this? Should we do this? Should we not? Nestor's like, Richard, I guess, is like, we got to do this. Jacob told, like, I think this is the scene where he's like, Alana's specially trained. She has trained her whole life to protect you, and then she explodes.
Yeah, that I was like, that again confused the hell out of me. I'm like, she's trained to protect Hugo specifically?
I think the island, but yes.
Oh, okay.
But also, yes, trained her whole life to. You gotta have hobbies, you know.
Yeah.
But it is a set. Like, that's the fucking setup to the explosion. Is she's trained her whole life for this?
Kablam!
Yeah, liquid.
It's so good.
I love this scene, not only because of that, which is hilarious, but in the background, there are no background actors. So our background actors are named characters: Son, Frank, Miles, and Jack. just doing background shit in the background. Like Jack is
out.
like filling a water bottle, then he gets up and he walks over and he sets it down in the kitchen. Like Miles is like for 15 seconds straight, like he's digging in the cabinet to like get what? Don't know. But then he just like makes a cross to the back of the shot.
Getting paid $600,000 probably to just go from camera left to right.
Ken Leung and Matthew Fox are not receiving direction from Dan Attias. They're receiving direction from the second AD.
Oh, 100%. All right. On my go. And fill water bottle.
Go.
No, it really gives me a lot of respect for the craft of background actors.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's, Jack can step up to the plate when he's got to cry or yell or something, cannot cross that frame with a modicum of believability.
They are trying to stop that thing from leaving.
Yeah. That thing.
We cut to the jungle.
Yeah, now it's, again, we're like a house divided. Like, it's our other survivors. It's like Sawyer, Kate, Locke.
Claire is here. Technically, she has no lines. You can see.
Yeah, I thought I said she looked like real ragged in the background of one shot, and I was like, "What the fuck happened to Claire?"
Yeah, anytime there's like a blonde blur in the jungle scenes, that's Claire.
Yeah.
Again, Emily DeRaven, named character, former main cast member, relegated to background status.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, Kate and Sawyer are watching Flock cut the stick.
So metal.
Yeah, just kind of whittling.
What are you making, a spear? I don't know what it's gonna be, man. The stick will tell me, dude. It can only be like 4 things. Like,
no, I think in the last half of the finale that I didn't see, that's when Locke pulls out a gun that he whittled.
He whittled out of a long, straight stick. Oh my god. But yeah, Kate and Sawyer are like, what are we doing? And Locke's like, we're waiting. That's way different than doing nothing. I don't believe you.
I'm sorry. There's a scene in Ernest Goes to Jail where he does whittle a fake gun out of a bar of soap.
Yeah.
That's all I can think about. Oh, yeah. Also, Saeed's evil and real hot.
Yeah. His evilness has increased his hot factor.
Yeah. He's brooding.
But he's also doing the absolute dead eye. There's no joy. He's got more of like a side part going on.
And the monotone.
Tank.
Just like,
and I was like, what? Like, Navy Andrews is already a hot dude. Now he's like mega hot. And I'm like, what's happened here? Why? Also, why is he so mad?
Yeah. But yeah, he just comes up, I need to speak to him. And then Locke's like, oh, hey, buddy. Yeah. Like, yeah, let's go talk. I'm so excited to see you. It's like, I have something very important to tell you.
Sawyer, just very suddenly, he's on the lowest rung of the ladder. Everybody absolutely punks him out in this scene.
Yeah,
everybody that he talks
to. And this, I think, is another hair thing. Because if you look at his hair is not as good as it used to be. His hair is much weaker than it has been in the past.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot. We're going to talk more about hair later.
Yeah, and so, like, we all know that there's a lot of, like, Christian allegory for Lost and all that. So, like, there's very Samson, thing with not only with Jack and with Sawyer in this episode.
Yeah. So, how does Locke have so much power then?
That's a great question. Great question.
No, it's like Dante, like he's gone all the way through hell. So like
his hair never changes.
Yeah.
It never gets any better or worse.
At the end of that scene, they walk over to Saeed's package and it's Desmond. Flock is like, did you talk to Widmore? And he's like, I talked to his people. And he's like, why did you kill them all? He's like, because I don't need to kill everybody all the time. What the hell? What kind of question is that? Anyway.
Because sometimes I need a fucking day off.
If only I had some sort of sharpened stick. And Locke's like, I'm working on it.
Getting there. Give me a fucking second. Saeed's got to have a massive body count in this show at this point. Late season 6. He's got to have killed 5,000 people. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, so he's like, yeah, I got the thing you wanted. I didn't kill everybody, but I got this. I got what they were hiding in the thing. It's a dude. It's Desmond.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. And Flock's like, yeah, all right, cool.
All he does is take walks with people. He's really on like a Skyrim. Everybody else is like an NPC in this scene. It's like you are Locke. That's your lens character. Yep. And Saeed comes up to you. And the entire time, Kate and Sawyer are like, what are you making?
Yeah.
Can you tell us anything? What are we doing?
And the stick and the knife are just like in your field of vision, your floating hands.
All of his objectives are walking, which is great.
Just like, a quest marker pops up and it's like, okay, I gotta go into the jungle.
I think they got confused about what medium they were writing for just a second.
we have a commercial, and then we cut back to Hurley's group. Hurley grabs a drawstring bag from somebody's tent.
Yeah.
And there's a Russian book in it. I looked it up because it is not clear in the episode. It's a book by Dostoevsky, and the drawstring bag that he got are Jacob's ashes. Yeah,
Wait,
that's an
what?
excellent. That's excellent face, Alex. I wish this was a visual medium.
What?
I'll do my best audio representation of it. What?
There you go.
Yeah. I was like, it was a hyperlink in Lostpedia when I was scrolling through, and I was like, so it's got a whole. I didn't read the article because I was like, you know what, I realized I don't care. This was a lot of stuff, I guess, and so Hurley gets this thing which has Jacob's ashes on it. Richard's like, hey, she would have exploded in vain if we don't go get more dynamite.
Yeah.
Which is crazy logic.
I mean, bonkers. Absolute bonkers. And an opportunity here for old unhinged Jack to be like, we know all the extolling the dangerousness of the thing, but like sideline Jack is just like, yeah, if we're going, I'll go.
Well, I mean, he had a moment. This was like the coolest moment in the show, which is why I think he gave a note to the producers. I was like, let me be more cool. He was like, maybe the lesson we learned is that we don't use any more dynamite. And then Richard was like, no. And Jack was like, okay, then. Like, he had is a pudding for a backbone. Like, it's really
But also,
nothing.
we didn't learn that after Arts died. Like, or the time we killed all those people with dynamite. Like, it's a trap.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
We've known that dynamite kills people on this island. Oh my God.
This is the exchange I wrote. Richard wants to get more dynamite. Jack says no. Hurley says yes. Jack says okay. Cut to the flash sideways. Hugo stops in at one of his Mr. Clucks. Sam Levine makes a cameo.
Yes.
But yeah, he's drowning in his sorrows a little bit. He got stood up. He's weirded out by the Libby thing, so he grabs a family size and just starts chowing down. Desmond's here.
And we know he's cool because he's wearing a pair of lightly tinted sunglasses.
Yeah, very lightly tinted. And he's got a cut on his forehead, so he's like, you can tell that he's like a rough and tumble dude, too. Like, this guy fucks.
This guy drinks a lot while the sun is up, is what that means.
This is great. His meeting of the mentor, he needed like his whole arc so far is that he gets no bitches, and he meets a lovely lady that he enjoys. I'm gonna stop saying bitches.
It's, I mean, the funny thing about it is it's the meme thing. It's like the bitches thing, but like obviously we here as awoken men, we would never.
I would never. I've never said that word before in my life. No. He gets no ladies. Wait,
don't look at me like that when you say that.
Just say sluts, okay?
Unreal.
He gets no gooch, okay?
I said the other day that he doesn't get any pussy, and I that felt so horrible coming out of my mouth.
You messaged me to apologize for saying pussy so much.
So Hurley, he's got romantic trouble.
Yeah, he has romantic trouble. He has trouble attracting anybody that he may be attracted to, which is all fine because we accept that.
Yes.
And who better than to teach him is the Rizz Master 9000.
Right.
Cool Desmond.
Yeah, cool Desmond.
He's got cool hair. He's got a cool, like, black on black suit, cool sunglasses. Everything. Desmond's just a smooth operator. Sing that song. No, we can't. We'll get demonetized. Wait, are we monetized?
Yeah, let's get monetized first, and then we'll get demonetized.
Yeah, all right.
Desmond recognized it, and this is an interesting little conversation. He's like, I recognize you. He's like, I'm famous, dude. Like, my face is on a poster. Like,
you're in my restaurant.
Right.
I own this shit.
But Desmond's like, no, I was, were you on Flight 815 back from Sydney like a week ago? And Hurley's like, yeah, I was. And he's like, I think I recognize you from the plane. He's like, oh, shit, what a small world. That's crazy.
Yeah, what do you want?
Yeah. Anyway, state your business.
I got chicken to eat.
Yeah, and so Desmond's like, you look like a dude who doesn't get very many bitches. Look
at me. I'm drowning in it.
See, Hurley, sex is a lot like the ocean. I'm drowning in it. It seems like something's bothering you. And he's like, or Hurley tells him, he's like, yeah, I got stood up, but then I met this other really nice lady. And she was really cool. And we had a vibe. We struck up, like, there was a connection, obviously. And Desmond's like, bro, then what are you talking to me for?
Yeah. Go.
Like, if she was feeling it, go, man. And he's like, yeah, I guess you got a point. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, I guess.
Well, here's the red flag is Hurley says, oh, but the problem is, she's crazy.
She's crazy. Yeah.
And then Desmond,
this toxic.
Yes, this toxic chauvinist man is like, well, aren't all women a little crazy?
Yeah.
And Hurley's
crazy
like,
for that D. Fucking dabs him up. Just vape clouds out of the fucking chicken restaurant.
but like that's the lesson. Is like that's what inspires Hurley to do it, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Bitches be crazy.
Bitches be crazy, but that's okay.
And Hurley's like, you know what? You're right.
You're right.
Women are crazy.
Yeah.
And mental hospitals have collected a bunch of them, so I can go peruse.
Which is an insane, like, if you don't know anything about these characters and I tell you Hurley's storyline back to back, you're like, this man is a predator.
Right. Yeah.
This is
100%.
This is horrible. Exactly. Like, I met a woman who obviously has some sort of detachment from reality, and Hurley's like, girl.
Something about you, though.
Oh.
You want to go for a picnic and some chicken, maybe?
I brought 6 different kinds of cheeses.
Yeah, Desmond says go after her. Hurley's like, I'm gonna. Cut to the jungle. Flock questions Desmond.
Desmond's still tied up to the tree.
He dismisses his lackey, Saeed. He's just like, go back to camp. I don't need you for this part.
He's
like,
so rude about it.
Unequipped his companion.
Yeah, exactly. Saeed will return to the nearest save point. But yeah, he's like, he questions him. He's just like, what's the deal with Widmore? Like, why did he bring you here? And he's like, fucking Widmore kidnapped me. Like, I don't want to be here. This fucked. Like, I don't know. Like, ask them.
I was locked up then. I'm locked up now. What the fuck do you want from me?
Yeah, fucking, what's with the 20 questions?
But Desmond's also, I feel like he's playing dumb. Like,
I think Desmond's pissed.
Yeah.
I don't think he's playing it. I think he's like, I'm playing unhelpful because I fucking hate it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know the full story of how Desmond got back here, but we know that he was here for a long time. He didn't want to be. And I can only imagine him being back.
Back for more.
Fuck.
Right.
Terry O'Quinn does a great job. Like, with anybody else, I feel like the storyline would have been super boring, but the way he plays it is just dynamic.
Yeah.
Great job.
Love to watch him do his thing.
Yeah.
Flock's like, well, Desmond, come with me. Let's go for a walk. I'm gonna cut you loose. I'm gonna show you the sights.
Pretty dope. Yeah.
Come back to the beach. Ben's talking to Jack, speculating about their fates. Being like, man, isn't that bonkers that as soon as the island was done with Alana, she fucking exploded? I wonder what's gonna happen to all of us when the island is done with us.
Yeah. I feel like all the wins out of Ben sales too, just like,
yeah,
everybody just seems really tired. Not like the actors are doing a bad job, but like they're all emotionally exhausted.
Yeah, like the characters of all, like, we've been spending 3 years dealing with what this island has done to our lives.
A new problem every week.
Yeah.
Right. We can only narrowly escape so many times. So something I want to point out, Sun is walking behind them and doesn't say anything, and then that will come into play, I guess, later, but Sun was there too.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Son and Frank not saying anything. Why would they?
Yeah.
They get to the Black Rock. This is another situation of, remember the first time we went to the Black Rock, and it took them like a day and a half, and they had to camp out and shit? The Black Rock is right there.
Right there.
And they're like, all right, let's go eat the olives and call it good. We got to take the dynamite to the other island because Ajira's on Hydra Island. We have to take the dynamite on a sailing expedition. We've never been able to take dynamite away from the Black Rock further than like a couple of miles. And we're absolutely going to take it on an outrigger canoe to the other side of the fucking ocean and not blow anybody up.
It'll be fine.
Ocean famously very calm, very predictable.
Yeah.
Short distance.
No problems.
Don't even worry about it.
No flaws with this plan.
It's genius.
No notes.
By the way, Hurley starts screaming to run.
Yeah. Run! And the fucking Black Rock blows up.
So sick.
Genius
R.I.P.
plan.
Black Rock.
Man, this island hates modes of transportation.
I love that this because I forgot what had happened and what was going to transpire in this episode. I was initially, when Hurley was like, because Michael tells him he's got to save everybody, and he's like, I'm super against dynamite.
Yep.
And then Alana blows up. Mm-hmm. And then in the very next scene, Hurley's like, you know what? Dynamite's a great idea. Yes. I was like, what plan of attack led you down this path?
I had that same thought. I was like, well, I thought he was against the dynamite. I thought, like, why is he flip-flopping? I don't get the math. Like, and then
he sees Alana blow up, and he's like, actually, that would blow up a plane really good.
Yeah. And I didn't want to blow up the plane, but now I do.
Now I do.
At least I'm going to tell everybody I do so that we can go there, because honestly, I don't know how to get to the Black Rock, so somebody's got to take me.
Honestly, I got. Hurley got me.
Yeah. He blows it up. There's a commercial.
Yeah.
And we
cut
come
right back.
And Richard is pissed.
Dude, Richard, I don't think we've ever seen Richard spun up before.
No.
Richard's fucking pissed.
Yeah.
For exactly 2 lines. And then after it's done, he's like, well, we're all dead.
Yep.
He's like
Well,
so
fuck you.
cool with it.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of storms off to go pout by the Poutin' Pond for a
Poutin'
second
Pond, yep.
while Miles and Hurley have a little chit-chat.
Dead people are more reliable than alive people.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that. Yeah.
It's true.
It's an interesting thing for Hurley to say.
Especially when the way they present like his I see dead people thing is very Sixth Sense. It's very
sure.
Fight Club.
We cut back to the sideways. Hugo goes to Santa Rosa, talks to Dr. Brooks. He's like, Brooks, so give me the lowdown. Like, what's the deal with Libby? Is she seeing anybody? Like,
Yeah, a therapist.
nice. Nice.
Let's get a little slow clap going real quick.
That's excellent
Bravo.
work, man. It's
Bravo.
It's fun having a writer on as a guest. Hurley's like, hey, like, so like, let me go rizz her up a little bit. Like, I'm sure you have no problem with that. And Brooks is like, no, that's a buck wild thing for you to assume that you'll be able to do. And then Hurley's like,
Here's $100,000.
here's $100,000. And Brooks is like, I have
Have fun.
so many women I'd like you to meet.
Yeah. Sign out when you're finished with her.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so Brooks lets him in, and it's the old Santa Rosa crew, man. Like everybody's there. Like
I was sure that our guy that said the numbers was going to show up and start saying the numbers, and that was what was going to trigger his memory.
oh, gotcha, yeah. But I think that guy's there. He just doesn't have any lines.
Thought so. He's like playing Connect 4 or something.
Yeah. She rolls up. She's like, I'm so glad you came. And he's like,
Yeah.
of course I would. You said some honestly pretty crazy shit to me, and I wanted to follow up.
He said,
Yeah.
"No, I don't know if you're crazy. Where do you think you know me
Right.
from?"
I don't care that that you may be delusional. I want to hear the story. I want to hear your thing. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
share it with me. Tell me what's up. And so she's like, I had all these memories of the time where you and I lived on an island, and we had a plane crash, and we liked each other, and we were gonna go on a date, and all kinds of cool stuff happened. And then I don't have any memories after that happened, and I don't know why.
And she's like, this sounds crazy. Like, she's very aware.
Yeah,
And she's
yeah,
like, I checked myself in.
Yeah, she's there
'Cause,
voluntarily.
like,
That's so funny. What a great twist to all of this is like you need somebody to drive you to Spanish Johnny's taco restaurant, but you could just go whenever you want.
Right. Yeah.
You're
Right.
voluntarily there.
Mm-hmm. Wild. Absolutely wild. And after she lays it out, Hurley's like, sorry. It's not there. That said, you want to maybe like, what are you doing after? Like,
Yeah. You want to get out of here?
crushed it.
Honestly, I love Hugo's entire arc. Just from being like, nobody likes me and I suck, to just having a little bit of confidence, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% serious. Like,
Mhm.
all you
Totally.
need, if you're thinking poorly about yourself, I've struggled with, anxiety and depression in the past. And all you need is that little bit. And a great place to do that is the mental health facility,
Yeah.
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 where you have donated $100,000 so somebody says yes to you. That's a really good way to boost your confidence.
Yeah.
Can you imagine his like PR team or the publicist being like, "Oh yeah, you made a donation to the mental health. Oh yeah, wait, why? So you could take out someone who's a patient?
Anyway, here's my girlfriend.
Oh God, oh no,
Do those gray sweatpants say Santa Rosa Mental Hospital on them?
on the butt."
That's so funny.
I love that. Oh, man. That'll be some merch we can make. She's down.
Yeah, she's got it bad.
Yeah, we cut to the jungle. Desmond and Flock are taking a walking tour, and they're being tailed by Jacob.
Is
Oh,
that
yes.
who that is?
Little baby.
That was what I asked myself. Is that supposed to be Jacob? I think it is supposed to be Jacob.
I was like, Walt's looking real different, man. There's something about this. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Well, you're older and you're white.
Oh, that was probably it.
Yeah, he was white. It was a white child. Cut over to the Black Rock.
Richard's still pissed.
Richards is like, oh shit, Ben, don't you have a bunch of grenades at your house? And Ben's like, kinda.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So Richard's like, all right, I'm going over to the barracks to get grenades from Ben's house. Hugo's like, no. Jacob says we got to go talk to Locke. So let's do that. And then Richard's like, Jacob's here and he's talking to you. Prove it. He's like, I didn't prove shit to you, man. Why don't you back up off me?
Confidence.
That's right. Rizz yourself up. Gas yourself up. Positive self-talk. And that'll do so much for you.
Yeah.
Richard's like, fuck that. I'm leaving anyway. All right. And Ben's like, again, Ben, the fatigue is like, I think I'm going to go with him just because I need to get my steps in.
Yeah. That's really what it is.
I'm not 100% sure. I mean, like, I don't want to talk to Locke. That's for sure. So I'm going to go with Richard.
That sounds bad.
And then Miles is also like, yeah, I don't want to go over there either. I don't necessarily want to do the grenade thing. Or maybe I do, I guess. But
I don't know.
I'm going to go with Richard and Ben.
Right.
So Jack and Frank and Son stay with Hurley.
Not to poke holes in their plan. Like, I'm sure blowing up the plane would be a great method of not having a plane anymore.
Sure.
You have guns. You can just shoot all the components that are the plane part a bunch and it wouldn't fly anymore.
The thing, I've seen Con Air like 100 times.
Yeah.
A bunch of parts of the front of the plane just unplug.
Yes.
You can just like go in there and like rip some of that shit out and throw it in the ocean.
Only if Dave Chappelle is there.
I think there was a commercial here we cut to that night. They're walking. Hurley's group is walking to Flock's group. Son can't talk?
Yeah. What the fuck? So many like A-team characters have been relegated to the sideline that didn't even realize that one of my favorite characters of the show could not talk.
She hadn't spoken.
Budget's getting tight. Budget's getting real tight in season 6. We got to animate a smoke monster, okay?
Yeah.
Some of you are getting paid as background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, are we making a mistake? And Frank's like, probably. This whole thing is pretty fucked.
Frank looks drunk all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we move forward to Hurley and Jack. Hurley's like, yeah, I lied about seeing Jacob. And Jack's like, yeah, I know. I don't give a
obviously.
shit. But, Jack gives a little spiel here about kind of his sort of a summary of his journey in the second half of the show. He's like, when I was in charge, man, shit was wild. Like I was wild. I was unhinged. People were dying. Like I was making crazy mistakes and wild decisions and all this stuff. And I think that I've learned that maybe I'm supposed to let go. Duh. Duh.
Right at the end.
And or hello.
Yeah.
How many fucking times do we have to listen to Christian or Julie Bowen,
Kate or Juliet
or whoever? Jack, you have such a hard time letting go.
Yeah.
Oh, he says, I got Juliet killed, and that was the thing that taught me I needed to let go.
Yeah.
That's what it took?
Yeah. Spoiler, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Juliet's dead.
I thought she was just a background extra.
I thought, that blonde chick at Lock Camp, I thought that was her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out fucking Juliet's dead. I mean, I knew that, but yeah, fuck. Reminded me that Juliet's dead, God damn it. And Jack did it.
But hey,
fuck.
At least he learned how to let go.
Thank God.
Yeah, wow.
Shit, I'm glad that she has not exploded in vain.
Jesus.
Speaking of people that are dead, Michael shows back up.
Oh, yeah, we hear the whispers, and Hurley's like, hey, I got to take a call real quick.
Yeah.
Michael's calling. Hey, dude, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. Comes out of the thing. He's like, hey, man, can you leave? And he's like, no, man, I'm trapped here because of what I did. He's trapped here. And that is what the whispers are. The whispers are the people who can't move on, the people who are trapped.
Sure.
Here's a lost mystery, lost question solved. Wow. Answered, asked, and answered. What are the whispers? The whispers are the voices or souls of people who can't move on.
Very satisfactory, I think. Incredibly calming. Like, it makes a lot of sense.
Honestly, yeah. Like 6 episodes from the end, but at least you're answering questions.
Yeah, the Whispers never did anything nefarious that I can remember.
No, and I think it's a touch flimsy because occasionally people would hear them and then not dead people would show up. Like a couple of times whispers happened and then like Shannon would see Walt and Walt wasn't dead.
Right.
But maybe it was like the whispers being like, look how you're about to hallucinate Walt.
It's whispered Walt.
Yeah, so that's what the whispers are.
Good job, professional TV writers.
Nice going. He's like, yeah, fucking Locke's over there.
Yeah.
Points to a really bad composite shot.
Yep. Flock's camp is over there. Before they bounce, Michael says, if you ever see Libby again,
Yeah.
tell her I'm very sorry. Man, fuck you.
If you see Libby's ghost, tell her I'm trying to hit that.
Hugo's just like cool with it. He's like, you know what?
And like, I get it. Like, you know, carrying a grudge doesn't make you stronger.
Yeah.
Okay, all of that. But like, goddamn, dude. Like, for me anyway, as a huge fan of Libby, all you're doing is reminding me of that time you shot her on fucking accident.
Right. Like, she was an innocent bystander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking collateral damage, man. That fucking sucked.
Right.
I mean, he is. I feel like whatever goes on when you're a whisper or a lost soul, not pleasant. I feel
probably
like
not.
Hugo leaving that conversation, he's like, all right, I'm going to go see Locke now. Michael's kind of like, okay,
Shit.
I guess I'll just chill here.
I guess.
I gotta go back to being nothingness.
Yeah.
Aware nothingness.
Cut to the flash sideways. Hugo and Libby finally got to take their picnic, man.
Yeah. I really like this scene. Dude.
It was so nice.
He's so excited. He's so pure. He just wants to have a good date with this person.
Well, and like, for those of us that know, like, they never got to have this. Like,
Right.
Like she says, you know, do you believe that, you know, two souls can be like connected or whatever? So like, even in this moment where, you know, let's say they kiss and he doesn't remember, I'm like, we as the audience still get the satisfaction of knowing that they were meant to be together.
Yeah. We get to see that, yes, the two souls can be connected.
Yeah.
He's nervous, obviously. He's like, I brought cheese. Everybody loves cheese.
6 different.
Yeah.
I've never tried them, but the grocery lady said they were all good.
Yep.
Adorable.
Yeah, so cute. And then his little sort of his self-doubt again crops him. He's like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, why are you into me? I mean, look at me. And she's like, I like you because I like you.
Right.
And he's like, you're delusional. And she's like,
And?
yeah, exactly. So? And she's like, I don't know. The only way I can prove this to you that I actually am interested in you is she kisses him.
And then
we get these flashes to back in season 2, the one season where Olivia was a main character.
Yeah.
The laundry, the beach, like I was waiting for like 30 seconds of flashes. Like I
Yeah.
wanted so many of them, but we only get a couple, and then Hurley starts to wake up, remember, whatever.
And it's not full thoughts, it's just flashes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, he's like, I think I'm starting to remember.
Yeah.
Like something just happened.
Yeah.
We should do it again and see if I get more flashes.
Yeah, exactly. Jorge Garcia's facial acting in this moment when he starts to remember all that, he's literally like filled with joy and pain. He doesn't get all of it back right away, but like you can see Jorge Garcia doing that. He's living back those moments, and I was crying. I like it hit me. Like I was so happy for Hugo to get those memories back.
Yeah.
The things that he didn't realize he didn't have.
Right. It's the end of a story that we've wanted to see the end of since season 2.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, or the not the end, but the resolution.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And he's like changed
Yeah.
and matured enough as a person to accept all of that. Even, you know, in this sideways world. I think that's the mark of, you know, Damon Lindelof does that really, really well.
Yeah.
A lot of the
It's
time.
beautiful.
Not every character in this show has a complete and whole arc, but several characters do.
Mhm.
And Hurley is one of them.
Yeah.
It's so good. Desmond's watching them.
Desmond's watching from a car beating off. Yeah.
Just perving.
And immediately after, he's like, all right, got my time at the beach. Let me go to this elementary school.
There was an interesting thing here. I don't know if you noticed this, but they Greeked his car.
They what?
You guys know what Greeking is?
No.
They take a name brand thing that's on TV and they put something over it so that it's not the brand of the thing.
Oh, no.
Like he's driving a 325i. It's a BMW, but they Greeked the BMW badge on the trunk. They didn't erase the 325i, and I was sitting there thinking to myself, why did they do that?
Yeah.
I will talk about it.
Oh, no.
Gee, I wonder why they wouldn't want this free marketing.
Then we cut to the jungle. So Flock takes Desmond to, I wrote the well. Apparently it's a well.
Yeah, that was another thing where he drops some info that we get in Across the Sea, you know, because we see them digging. Oh, well, apparently there's multiple wells, though.
Apparently back in the time of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, people lived on this island and their compasses would go wild in parts of the island, so they started digging holes to try and figure out why their compasses were going buck wild. Yeah, so there's wells all over the place.
There was a torch down to be like, yeah, it's pretty fucking far, huh?
Okay, did Flock know there was water at the bottom of it? Why not throw a rock?
I don't know.
Why waste a torch?
I really think that probably what happened was that was a production discussion of like, we want this pit to be bottomless. And then somebody, I don't know who, would be like, that's dumb. The pit can't be bottomless. So then they were like, let's add a sizzling sound effect to why the flame went out.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's as good an explanation as any.
That's what I think happened, but it was dumb. It was weird that he got the torch out of nowhere and then immediately wasted
lit it and then threw it in the water and yeah.
Because it would have been cool. Like I would understand if he did that when there was no sizzle at the bottom and it just went on so far that you can't see the light of the fire anymore.
right.
You're
You
like, damn. But then you just hear this comp, and it's like, how deep is this well? Like 5 feet?
I mean, if we're being real, there's so many guns on the island. He could have just thrown a pistol down there and then hear the splash.
True. They had a weird conversation here where like Locke was all about, about fear and like what's the point of being afraid and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then Locke just like throws him in the well.
You really want to see how deep this is?
Seriously, like, that better not just be the unceremonious end of Desmond. I'm gonna, like, Adam, don't.
What? I'm not
like that.
I'm not saying or doing anything.
I know, but you got this look on your face that you know something I don't. I'm gonna be so mad if that's the last we see of Desmond.
That's been our entire relationship.
That's fair.
There was water at the bottom. He's gonna be
fine.
Oh, I'm okay.
Yeah, he knows how to
totally.
swim. He was training for a racer on the world. I'm sure he knows how to swim.
Yeah.
Flock goes back to camp and Darkseid's like, what's up? And then Sawyer, for like the 9th time this episode, is like, where were you? What were you doing? He only asks questions because nobody tells him anything.
Yeah.
And then Hurley comes up. Hurley's group arrives. Sort of steps out of the tree line. And it's tense.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. But Hurley gets it going. He's just like, hey, you got weapons. We got weapons. I don't want anybody to get hurt or get killed. We got some stuff to talk about. Do I have your word that everything's chill?
Let's just have a real conversation. Nobody pull any bullshit.
Right. Flock gives him his knife as a symbol of
Dorothy.
I won't fuck. Yeah, Dorothy. Exactly. And man, there was another moment here where Jack comes out of the tree line and sees Flock. And that, I was thinking to myself, I was like, how long has it been since they've seen each other?
Right.
Because Jack looks like he's seen a ghost. Cut to the flash sideways.
Cut to the wildest scene in this episode. Okay, just from a production design standpoint, it's always bothered me that Locke's permanent wheelchair is like the disposable hospital one and not the kind that people who live their life in a wheelchair are in.
Yeah.
But I digress.
He's going up a hill in this scene.
Yeah. Desmond is scoping him out, and pedophile haircut Ben accuses Desmond of being a pedophile. He's like, get off my turf. I'm the only one that diddles these kids.
Like, Desmond is doing something he knows, he should know that you don't do.
Right.
Sit outside of a school and, like, spy on the school. Regardless of
Right.
who you're trying to look at, everybody's going to think you're looking at the kids. Ben's hair. So Ben's got nerd hair. Instead of the spiky, his normal thing, he's got a very nerdy haircut. And it ties his whole new vibe together. His whole Flash Sideways vibe together is yes, this man is a 58-year-old school teacher.
No exposition needed.
No.
He's probably a school administrator.
Yeah,
you know?
Probably, yeah. He's vice principal or something like that.
Hugo needed voiceover. Ben needed a haircut. That was all.
Yeah. So Ben's like, hey, what the fuck's going on, man?
You know how this looks.
And Desmond's like, yeah, I do know how it looks. I have a son named Charlie, and I was thinking about putting him in schools. And so, the way I research schools is I just, cruise around them and look at the outside of them.
Meanwhile, cut back to Locke, laboriously. He's yoked in the arms.
Struggling.
So Desmond's like, hey, yo, yeah, no, you know what? Good point. I look weird. I'm going to fuck off. Good talk.
Gotta go.
Gotta go. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, man, why is he going so fast?
Just
stunned.
absolutely smokes Locke with his car. I rewound that and watched it 6 times.
They do like
so funny.
4 different angles. They shot that multiple times.
And that's a guy. That's not a dummy. That's
it's a
guy.
person.
That's like a stunt performer.
No, because it's like, we see it from the side, we see it from inside the car, and then the hit happens, and it's like 4 different angles.
Yeah.
So good.
It's very good.
Such a good stunt.
And they were like, hey, BMW, your cars are pretty strong. Your cars are pretty sturdy. You think you could, deal with a tree branch, no problem. Maybe a deer. How about a person?
How
about a wheelchair?
How do these things fare against cripples?
God. Doesn't slow that car down at all.
No.
In fact, it speeds up.
Because there was the original alternate ending where Desmond pulls up and rips the sticker off the front, and he's like, thanks, BMW. Lost.
Despite getting absolutely smoked by Desmond in this car, Locke's not dead. He's obviously pretty badly hurt.
Yeah.
Dr. Dork walks over. Oh my God, you guys, come on, do it now.
I think his leg's broken.
Mr. Rock, are you okay?
Holy shit.
Jesus, dude, did you see that? What happened? What the fuck do you think? I got hit by a car. Cheapers.
Wow.
Lost. We did it.
Wow.
Everybody loves Hugo. Don't they just? All right. Did we like it? Was he good? That's the first question here at the end of the episode. You can like things that suck. You can hate things that rule. Did we like it? Was it good? Just this 45 minutes. Alex, kick it off.
I liked it. It was good. I think my thesis that as a serial, it's a great drama. As individual episodes, it's an incredible sitcom. Just proves to me that obviously I liked it, but drama and comedy are 2 sides of the same coin, and even more so for thriller and for action. It's all about context and situation, and changing the context and situation doesn't change the actual, dynamics of how a scene works, how the acting works, how the production design is. So I liked it, and I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Totally fair.
JP.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good. I absolutely wanted to watch the next episode. Even though a lot of our named characters are relegated to the sidelines, there is such like an avalanche of plot points coming together here. Or I was locked in. The Flash Sideways was great. The island stuff was great. I want to watch the next one very, very badly.
Nice.
Adam.
Yep. This was a great episode, and I thoroughly enjoyed it the whole way through. Our main characters, even though some of them have been sidelined, they're role playing. They're playing their roles.
Right.
In the second half of the show, especially towards the latter half of season 5 and the entirety of season 6, we go from having like an ensemble with leads to everybody becoming a role player. And that's when things click, is when everybody just knows their role and executes.
Yeah.
And everybody was doing it. The acting was great. Like you said, Alex, the structure of the episode from a writing standpoint, I think was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had laughs, it had cries, it had like double takes and shrieks and action, and fucking this episode was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I had a blast. So, yes.
Very, very good.
3 yeses. Unanimous, yes. Nice.
So, do we want to do some awards for this great episode? Some MVPs. So, who's amazing? Who is great? Who gets the gold star for the day? Without your memory, without your context, Alex, who is your lost MVP?
It's really tough to see who's man of the match, because it's obviously focused so much on Hugo, and he does a great job, and we love him. He's easy to like. But I think I'm gonna have to give my gold star to Terry O'Quinn. John Locke.
Sure.
Just because
very good.
His storyline, as well as everything was written, it could easily have been super boring and kind of a trudge to get through, because like you think about the action of what happens in those scenes. He goes on a series of walks, and they're obviously threatening and menacing walks.
Yeah.
But the way he plays that action, I was invested in that storyline just as much as I was in any other ones. And looking back on the episode, I was like, why was I so invested in that? And I think the common thread is him and his ability to play this character who, on top of being incredibly well written and clearly, mercurial and very well reasoned, but on a hair trigger at certain points in time, especially that scene with Desmond when he, gets welled, unfortunately.
Why aren't you afraid?
Right.
Exactly. That's why he gets my gold star.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Shout out Hugo though.
Honorable mention.
Oh,
Hugo.
of course.
Yeah.
Always.
JP.
Desmond. I love Desmond so much.
Just fucking missing him, you are.
Dude, Desmond's just in his car. He's pulling all these strings. He's got cool sunglasses. He's vibing. He's like, I don't need anybody's help. I got this shit. I'm putting everything together. I'm moving pieces where they need to be. Fuck you. Just love his attitude. Love him to pieces.
Nice.
Adam.
This was tough for me because, like I said, I thought that all of our named characters were doing such a good job doing the things that they were supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think I got it. I'll be the guy who says early.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like I'm gonna put him on the top mostly just for right at the end. Like everything he was doing throughout was really great. But that scene with Libby, scene with Cynthia Watros, Jorge Garcia did such a good job of refilling a vessel he didn't even realize was empty. And that just hit me right in the heartstrings. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Hugo. I mean, fucking honorable mention though, it was Cynthia Watros.
That was just what I was gonna say. Honorable mention.
I'm not even gonna do an honorable mention. It's Hugo and Libby together. Yeah, they're my MVPs.
Totally fair.
That's awesome.
Getting to see that, getting to see them finally together. Yeah. So good.
So it's so fulfilling. And to know that if we were watching this chronologically, we're not done yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, but there's got to be a flip side of this coin, right? If there's a best, there's got to be a worst. Who's the king of shit mountain? Who was not pulling their weight? Who did we dislike? Alex, start us off here. Who was your lost forever?
Ooh, I don't know if I disliked him so much as I don't know what he was doing.
Sure.
Michael. I loved Michael season 1.
Yeah, sure. That's fair.
Michael was amazing season 1, and he's in here. They're, relegating him to the sidelines. He is there purely for exposition.
Yeah.
He gets to answer one of the big mysteries, but they don't give it to him in an interesting way.
Right.
And that's, no diss on the actor or the writing.
Right.
But, it's the hand that he was dealt in the craft of the story. So, unfortunately, he's, much like Libby, got to take a stray bullet.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Harold Perrineau's a phenomenal actor.
Amazing.
And he historically had gripes with the stuff he was being dealt on the show.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no fault to him.
No fault to him.
Yeah, fair.
Come do the podcast.
JP.
Rosalita, listen, you're gonna no call no show. Like, set aside the fact that he's like a billionaire. Like, it's just rude.
Mm-hmm.
You know he's gonna pay for lunch. Like, just, you can't even find the time to have lunch with a guy. Come on.
If she showed up, he wouldn't have met Libby though.
Right, but it's just rude.
It is very rude. I would feel sad.
What if Rosalita was Michelle Rodriguez?
And then she shoots Libby.
And then Hurley.
She's like, oh, you have mental health problems? Blam, blam, blam. I'm a cop.
I'm an LAPD baby for life.
Vin Diesel's there for some reason, and he's like, it's about family.
He's driving the van.
No, they're at Olive Garden because when you're here, you're family. Adam.
Stop it.
Lost forever.
Fucking Kate and Sawyer.
Yeah.
I've given Sawyer a couple of gold stars already in season 2 here, but the two of you, they were the two that, okay, you were playing your role, but your role was to be annoying, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kate and Sawyer together.
Yeah. Literally, Sawyer's whole job was just walk around and go, what's going on? What's happening? And like, that's what I meant. Like, a lot of our A-lister, like, A-team characters just have to be pushed to the side because not everyone's going to have something to do this late in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to get these giant plot points wrapped up, and you're not going to have something to do.
Yeah, some of these episodes are just about moving pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Still great episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alex, thank you so much for taking the time.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Much like the journey of the episode. A lot of laughs, a lot of tears. Made it onto the other side. Always a pleasure. Thank you for the beautiful hosting.
Yeah.
And I hope you continue to enjoy your journey of Lost on Lost.
Oh, we will. We will.
Do you have anything you want to plug?
Shout out Mark. Shout out Mark. Big ups to the Mad Dog. I know we had, our troubles, but
we'll specifically put his Instagram.
Bang my line. Hire him for whatever. I don't know what he wants to do, but whatever he wants to do, hire him for that.
Mm-hmm.
He's great. I also want to challenge him I don't want to challenge. I was going to say I want to challenge him in the ring, but he might smoke me because he was drinking that big water at work. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Come on.
Roasted him with the gallon jug. Fucking got it.
JP, that would have killed in the office.
Oh, it's killing right now. Oh, man. Adam, tell the folks what we are going to watch next time.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
If you want to be lost with us, please come on back. We're going to be watching Season 5, Episodes 16 and 17.
Oh.
The Incident, Parts 1 and 2. That is the Season 5 finale.
Ooh. Oh, my God.
Bangers. Back-to-back bangers.
Okay, so obviously it's a season finale, so some big stuff's going to happen, but there is a fucking thing that happens in there that I cannot wait to talk about.
Oh, man.
Our eccentric character is Jacob.
Oh, shit.
And it's going to be a double-length episode, so
okay.
Tuck in for that one. We're going to have 2 guests, 2 episodes, double the fun, double the probably runtime.
Yeah.
Half as many jokes. Alex, thank you again for coming onto the show. Such a blast having you on.
My absolute pleasure.
And thank you, everyone out there, for tuning in to this, another episode of Lost on Lost.
Yep, I'm Adam.
I'm JP.
Do you have any idea what's going on this show?
No.
Me neither.
Lost on Lost is produced and edited by me and JP.
We wish to acknowledge that we live, work, and produce our show on occupied land.
Burbank, California is located on the traditional tribal lands of the Tongva, Chumash, Kizh, and Fernandino Tataviam peoples.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin is located on the traditional tribal lands of the Peoria, Potawatomi, Miama, and Ho-Chunk peoples.
And Lost was produced in Hawaii on the lands of the Kanaka Maoli.
Visit native-land.ca to learn more about the land you live and work on.
You can engage with us on IG, Facebook, and Twitter at Lost on Lost 1.
You can also email us at wearelostonlost@gmail.com or support us with dollar monies at coffee.com/wearelostonlost.
Thanks to Lostpedia and its community of contributors, Danny Schmitz, random.org, and as always, you the listeners for tuning in.
We're hosted at Podbean. You can hear us there or wherever you get your podcasts, except MySpace. We're not on MySpace.
Yet.